What is going on, Colts Nation? He is Jamal, and I'm Eric, your co-host of the Colts Cast.
What it do?
What it do? Look, Chris Ballard, or whoever is the GM of the Indianapolis Colts in the offseason, has to get some more weapons for Anthony Richardson. We've seen great things in the last few weeks, and the hope is to build around him, right? And to contend for years to come. And what if we told you? What if we told you, Colts Nation, in March 2025, when NFL trading resumes, that the Colts should be giving the Falcons a ring for one of their tight ends? Enter Kyle Pitts. Jamal, just say you want to keep developing Kylen Granson. We don't even have to do this episode. I'm not going to hold you. You let me know what you want.
Hit that like and subscribe button for us real quick. Drop a comment below. Let us know if you agree with Eric that we should go after Kyle Pitts, or if you agree with Jamal that we're going to make a new Colts cast shirt that says we like our guys. We're taking RTDB off the shirt. Eric's rocking the OG one right there. We taking that off the shirt, and I'm putting we like our guys.
We like our guys.
I say we keep developing our 77 tight ends we got.
Guys. You say keep developing.
Here's the thing, Colts Nation. Appreciate y'all listening on this bye week too. We all know the reality of the situation is Ballard's not going to pick up the phone. Kyle Pitts is expensive. He's an expensive tight end. Now, with that being said, of course, Kyle Pitts has not been having his trajectory has gone down since his rookie year. It's been going down, really, since college. I guess you can call it like that. It's been going down. So Kyle Pitts could actually be a bargain come time his contract to end. I think he signed like a 4-year deal. It could be a bargain. I mean,
I think he's got a 5th-year option available. So you're saying we shouldn't get him, or we're not going to get him?
The reality is we're not going to get him. Should we get him? I don't know. Yeah. Here's what I think about it, though, because so Kyle Pitts is kind of like that. He really is truly, for what it's worth, that deep ball threat for the tight end group for them. I know that his separation, kind of close separation, has not been the hottest. I think I read here online at playerprofile.com, his target separation was like 1.63, which is like number 31 right now. He has been more efficient
of all tight ends.
Among tight ends, yeah. For this season, so that's not the hottest.
He don't need separation.
But I think that him getting the ball near the sticks and all that stuff, it's been a hit or miss for some of that's been due to Kirk Cousins' play. Some of it's just been due to Kyle Pitts. Some of it's been Drake London. I mean, I think there's a lot of factors that kind of go into it. Of course, he had the injury as well, so I think some of those factors go into it. But to round about your question of do I think that Kyle Pitts would be a fit for us, I think he could definitely answer a lot of questions in a very unstable tight end room for us. The biggest question I think that will come with that is what would the Colts be willing to part ways with? Because we don't need a legitimate like 8th or 9th tight end. So what would the Colts be able to part ways with to get someone like Kyle Pitts on there, and how could he benefit AR?
Ship a 3rd-round pick off, do something, right?
I agree.
Get a little. I mean, so he was a 1st-round pick, 4th overall. Now has he panned out? Lived up to expectations? I don't think so. Because like if you're a Falcons fan, you got to be scratching your head right now. Y'all got this man doing cardio out there, low snap count. Yeah, I mean, he's playing like 40-50% of the snap count. Yeah. I don't know. Send him to Indy, Shane Steichen, let him take care of him. I would be willing to give up a day 2 pick just because, I mean, I feel like we should welcome a generational talent to this weak tight end group. Maybe he isn't considered anymore, but at the time he was drafted, I think he would instantly become the best pass catcher out of that tight end group. Rare size and athleticism, mismatch for linebackers and safeties, explosive playmakers, like you said, Jamal. He downfield threat. A good bit of his passes this year that he's caught has been 20+ yards. He could beat guys down the field, man to man. My only concern, and this kind of mirrors what we're already having a concern with in the wide receiver group, is his work ethic. So it's questionable at this point in time. I've heard time and time again that he doesn't give his full effort on routes. I mean, does that ring a bell? And and for one of our guys on offense right now,
and he fits right at home at the Colts. Then
he fits right at home, but I'm kind of a glass half full kind of guy. So I've seen Pitts be wide open and Kirk Cousins just misses him. Marcus Mariota just misses him. Desmond Ritter just misses him. So I see why he doesn't give it all at that point. But I'm thinking Jamal, little day 2, day 3 pick, take a flyer on him. We've done that before with Anthony Richardson. I'm not saying it's going to pan out, but if it does, the ceiling is there. I I think Steichen can scheme some things up for him, get the best out of him, while giving Richardson another top option. I think a chip on his shoulder, if he got traded or released or whatever happens that he gets on our team, that'll kind of fuel his game to show his capabilities. And I mean, another great athletic tight end who got sent to the Jaguars from the Giants a few years ago, Evan Ingram.
Mm-hmm.
He showed out after switching teams. So Pitts is only 24 years old. I think it makes sense.
Yeah, I do agree with the resurgence there. I think that breath of fresh air could be something really impactful for him, and like you said, I mean, a day 2 pick plus shipping one of our 6 tight ends over there, I wouldn't be opposed to either. I mean, we got plenty to pick from. I know people still want to see what Jelani's going to pan out to be. That's until we can get reps on the field, it's hard to say. We've seen what Granson's been doing.
It's been 2 years, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Like
it's the Paris Campbell experiment, man.
Exactly.
Like, this is
and what always happens is we ride these people for too long, and then all of a sudden they have zero value for us anymore. This literally is just a write-off at that point, and we can't let this situation where we have 7 tight ends become a write-off for us. We need to go ahead and make some kind of a change now, to help ensure the future of what we have going on. So I do agree with you. I think that it would be a good business decision to see if they'd even entertain a day 2 pick, as well as one of our tight ends. Because who knows? I mean, it could maybe help them out in that kind of a scheme. It could be a win-win for everybody. But I definitely think that could be one where Steichen could scheme up some good stuff for him, and again, kind of build that new effort to show him that, hey, listen, if you want to be on the squad, you got to move forward. You got to be able to elevate yourself, which I think is super important.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts. I will say, like, this season so far, he's averaging 14 yards per reception. We would love to have that on our team. Albeit it's been, very low targets, very low receptions. I mean, he was a non-factor in the last game. It's just I don't know why they're not using him. It's probably a multitude of things, and I bet a Falcons fan or someone who's knee deep in Falcons kind of news could tell us a little bit more.
Yeah.
But at least from what I've seen, it could be almost anything, and I'm willing to take a chance.
Yeah, and that's where it's kind of hard to just look at again, we talk about this every single week after our games. We talk about box score, and like if you look at the box score, it's not even an accurate depiction, because I can look at these numbers all day long and say, well, Kyle Pitts is this, Kyle Pitts is that. Why aren't they utilizing him? Again, like you mentioned, someone can tell us there's definitely more to the story. But again, if that's the case, then maybe a new setting could be something beneficial for him, beneficial for the team that receives him, and everybody's winning at that point.
Rookie year, 1,000 yards as a tight end.
Come on.
Just saying.
Yep.
If we get that back, oof, come on.
Yeah. Oh, also real quick too, before we wrap this one up. So I was reading some comments, and of course people were asking, who do I think is the number 2 best player on the team, or and just to be clear, so Anthony Richardson is the 2nd best player on the team. Overall, Jonathan Taylor is the best player on the team. I stand behind that. Now, in the past couple of weeks, who has been the best player on the team? Anthony Richardson, clearly, without a doubt. We've seen that because Richardson has been able to muster up some stuff. But from week 0 to week now, Jonathan Taylor is the best player on the team. No question asked. Anthony Richardson is the 2nd best player on the team. But over the past couple of weeks,
you could make an argument for Taylor. You could make an argument for DeForest Buckner. You could make an argument for Josh Downs.
Sure. Yeah. And I think that Josh Downs, honestly, I really say, because we're speaking on the past couple of weeks, I think that Josh Downs really has been the most electric player behind JT, in my opinion. But I give Richardson credit where it's due, because you have a lot to carry as a quarterback on a team.
It took you long enough, bro.
But Jonathan Taylor's the best player on the team. There's no question about it. I will always stand behind that. So yeah, that's just the reality. But yeah,
absolutely. I think you can make an argument for about 4 to 5 players on the team.
absolutely,
But I think in the last 3 weeks, Richardson's definitely been the
without a
best
question.
player. So, but that's the quarterback position. I mean, if you can perform well on there, 9 times out of 10, you're probably one of the best players on the team. So, hey, that's all I got. Kyle Pitts to Indy.
Yeah,
Manifesting it.
we'll see. We know how free agency works in this organization, and we know the reality is it more than likely won't happen. Well, and last thing, and we'll leave this note because I know a lot of people are saying that well, if we don't do something about tight end like that, why don't we draft him in the first round? Well, I think the only opportunity we ever had in this Colts organization to draft tight end in the first round was for Brock Bowers. Just to be clear, everyone knows that Ballard would never ever attempt to draft a tight end in the first round, and I don't even know if they would have went for him had we had the opportunity to. It could have been a receiver. It could have been. We don't know. We'll obviously never know.
They talking about that Penn State tight end, Tyler Warren, boy.
I don't see Ballard drafting a tight end in the first round. Brock Bowers, is from what we've seen, going to be a generational talent. I don't know that the Penn State tight end is going to be the same thing.
Brock Bowers leads the league in receptions. That's crazy.
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy.
No, I don't know, and it will be an interesting draft for Indy once again. Once we come around to this, but to avoid drafting a tight end, we could
pick up Kyle Pitts. Go about our day.
Yeah, if he's available.
If he's available.
Like the Falcons don't utilize him enough, but they probably won't give up on him.
Everything's for sale, man. Everything is for sale. We all know that. Everything is for sale in life. The right price can make something shake.
Well, let's get another Florida Gator on the team.
Why not? But that's all from me.
Hey, let us know what you think in the comments. Kyle Pitts, not a lot to talk about in the bye week, but Kyle Pitts. Potentially. That's going to be it for us, everyone. Thank you for listening to the Colts Cast. We're live on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or any platform you use to listen to podcasts, and we'll be back next time to give you some more Indianapolis Colts content. Enjoy football.